All right, we'll go and get started. We'd like to welcome two-time winner of the WM Phoenix Open, Brooks Koepka, to the interview room. Brooks, it's great to have you back here at TBC Scottsdale. Returned last week at the Farmers Insurance Open. Coming here to TBC Scottsdale, a place you're very familiar with and have had a lot of success. What's the excitement level to get it going this week?
Yeah, I like this place. Obviously, I had some good results here. I'm excited. Golf course I feel comfortable on. Obviously, winning it twice helps. Anytime you can win twice on a golf course, you're going to feel pretty good and pretty comfortable. So hopefully a good week this week, and just got to continue on from next week.
And before you open it up to questions, interesting Pro-Am group today, and getting to play with Travis Kelce, seeing him hit a shot close there on 16. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was good. We've got quite a few mutual friends, so there's been, I guess, some conversations between those third parties. But yeah, he's a great guy. First time I ever got to meet him. So yeah, he hits it long. I'm sure that's not shocking to anybody. He's got speed and size. So it was fun. It was a good group, and I enjoyed it.
All right, open up for questions. If you have a question, just raise your hand, and we'll get a microphone over to you. We'll start right here, and then.
Brooks, knowing how you feel about this place, did you miss it at all the last 3 years? Did you watch on TV at all when you weren't here?
No, I was asleep when this was going on, so kind of tough to watch. But yeah, this is a golf course I really like, a tournament I like coming to. I think this is always a comfortable event for me. Yeah, I've just enjoyed it over the years, so I'm excited to get back.
What is it about? Is it the course? Is it the environment? Is it some of both that makes you comfortable here?
Probably a bit of both. Golf course suits my eye. Off the tee, it really does. And then everything about this place, it's always in great shape. It's a fun tournament to play. I enjoy, I said it earlier, I think last week, I enjoy the chaos. It's a bit, it's fun and kind of get you in between shots, give you something to either kind of laugh at or whatever's going on. There's always something to see. But yeah, it's a fun week.
Go back left here to Everett.
Hey, Rook, speaking of the chaos, I'm wondering if you have any fun or memorable chirps from fans that you remember over the years.
Yeah, there's definitely some memorable ones. I don't think any I can share here. Yeah, you spend a few years here, you'll see a lot of things.
All right, Jack, go ahead.
Brooks, last week you went to the Scotty Cameron studio to work on your putting, and I saw you working again with Paul out on the green this week for a couple hours on Monday, again on Tuesday. What exactly is it that you're working on with your putting right now?
Trying to get the ball in the hole. Yeah, last week just really never felt comfortable over the ball. You got to have everything squared up to the target, and just working on things like that. Real simple stuff, set up. Shoulders were open. My feet are always a little bit open, but just trying to minimize the lines crossing so much. And yeah, just try to keep everything more consistent. The face, the path, everything.
I know you played around with different putters last year, and this year you got two identical ones in your bag. What's the difference between the two, and are you considering changing at all at that spot?
No, I just always carry a backup. You never know what's going to happen. I don't get too angry, but you never know. But no, I've been putting pretty poorly for a good side of 2 years, so I don't know what's going on, but I got to figure it out.
Let's go right here, up here to talk.
Hey there. You talked about how much fun this course is and how much fun this tournament is for you. Now that you're back on tour, can you name some other tournaments you're looking forward to getting back to that you've missed for the last couple of years?
I'm excited for all of them. I really am. This one's great. Cognizant's a hometown one for me, so that's quite easy. Yeah, I can go Houston. I helped design the course. So I could go down the list. We could be here for a while, but yeah, it's just good to be back. Good to see some golf courses where I'm familiar with and kind of know where to hit them and have some familiarity with them. I think that's a huge thing.
And then speaking of familiarity, with the Masters, is there a particular hole there you like, and can you talk about why that might be?
A hole I like? I don't know. They're all challenging. If you hit them offline, they're all quite tough. Yeah, it's so dependent on where the pin is. You got to know where the pin is off the tee, I think, to be successful there. And It's all about angles. If you leave yourself above the hole, you're going to have a hard time all week. But I know 12 given me some bugaboos over the years. So that one sticks out as probably one that I've struggled with.
All right, we're going to go back right here.
Brooks, when you made your decision to return to the PGA Tour, seeing this tournament right at the start of your return, were you excited to have this one out of the way quick to get those fans and that energy back being on this tour?
I was just excited to be able to play. I really hadn't thought about it quite like that. But yeah, if you're going to think about it that way, I think it's nice. A place I'm familiar with, comfortable with, get that out of the way quickly and kind of reassess by the time I get home next few weeks of where my game's at. So it'll be a good test of knowing where I'm at.
All right, just right over here to Gabby.
Hey, Brooks. You mentioned, when you came back that you might have to have a few difficult conversations with peers. I'm just wondering, have you had any conversations like that so far, and how have they gone?
I haven't had any difficult ones. Maybe ones that, I guess, just happy to see you back. We're glad you're back type things. But then again, I haven't seen, there's a lot of guys, I'm only, 9 days into this. There's still a lot of guys I haven't seen. So that'll be easier to answer probably midway through the year.
And then, shortly after you came back, Patrick Reed announced that he was leaving LIV and making his way back to the tour as well. He mentioned in his statement tradition. He wrote, "I'm a traditionalist at heart." And I was wondering, can you relate in any way to that statement?
Everybody's their own man. Everybody's a little bit different. Everybody has their priorities. Whatever, I don't know what his priorities are. As long as he's doing what's best for him and doing what's best for his family, then I'm all for whatever he needs to do.
Do you have, I guess, any relation to the idea of tradition and the PGA Tour being a bit different from LIV Golf in that way?
Everybody's idea of tradition is a little different, so it kind of depends on who you're asking.
All right, we'll go back left here.
Brooks, I know you said last week that you didn't really want to get into the politics between tours. I'm just curious, though, from your perspective, with the defending champion of this tournament currently on top of the leaderboard in Riyadh, is that one of those times where, as a player, the divide between the tours kind of feels a bit more amplified, or is that just something you're not focusing on week to week?
I'm just focused on myself. I'm focused on how I can go play the best golf over the next 4 days. I'm not focused on anybody else, and I think it's a very boring answer, but it's very true. I can only do what I can do. If I do that the best, I think Scotty's a perfect example of that right now.
All right, guys, we have time for one more here.
Hey, Brooks, my name is Maverick Mithun from Today's Junior Golfer. When you're a junior golfer and went through some struggles like we all do, can you describe what your struggle was and what helped you get to the other side of it?
I think getting through the other side of it is you always are a lot closer than you really think. It's not always about hours, it's about quality. I think sometimes you think you can go hit, if you go hit 1,000 balls, it might be the answer. But sometimes if you go out there with a real purpose, sometimes 50, 60 balls is all you need. It's about how the quality, I guess, you're putting into your work instead of, you don't need to be there for a certain amount of hours. You don't need to be there for a certain amount of balls. And honestly, don't be afraid to mix it up. I think one thing, my dad did this when I was young. We used to go play like the ladies' tees, the red tees, the white tees, the blue tees, the gold and black, and just mix it up. And I think one thing I thought was really good out of that, it got me, sometimes when you go play the up tees, you think you're going to go shoot 9, 10, 12 under really easy. And it's not the case because you really work on your wedge game. And sometimes you do get that deep and that under par, and you get comfortable with it. And I think that's a huge thing.
Thank you.
All right. Brooks, thanks for the time. Best of luck this week.
Thank you.